So footage from the 2026 NBA All-Star Weekend has leaked online, showing Kevin Durant in a state that no one expected, a man who looked broken, eyes on his phone, pacing with tension. While the rest of the league was having a good time, the internet is now connecting this footage to the biggest burner account scandal to hit the NBA in years, and we're going to break down exactly how this happened and what it means for Durant, the Rockets, and the league. Let's start with what went down during All-Star Weekend. On February 15, 2026, the NBA was hosting its annual All-Star Weekend. The game was at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles. Players were laughing, dapping each other up, posing for cameras, and doing what All-Stars do, celebrate being the best in the league. But one player stood apart from all of that. Before the NBA All-Star game even tipped off, Kevin Durant did not resemble a player enjoying the festivities. This was supposed to be a celebration. This man is a 16-time All-Star, a 2-time champion, a 2-time Finals MVP, and the 2014 League MVP. He's earned every right to be at this event and soak it in. Instead, the footage tells a different story. Video circulating on X showed Durant pacing the floor, with his phone in hand, eyes fixed on the screen. His expression looked tight. When a staff member pointed him toward another direction, cameras caught what appeared to be a strained smile, before he turned away. While other stars laughed and embraced, Durant moved with visible tension. Now, you see a clip like that and maybe you brush it off. Maybe the man was tired. Maybe he had something going on. But context matters, and the context here is what happened hours before that footage was captured. The timing mattered. Hours earlier, screenshots from accounts under the handles Agathire77 and Agadolf Medikerson spread across social media. Those screenshots would go on to become the biggest story of All-Star Weekend, bigger than any dunk, bigger than any highlight, bigger than any trade rumor, because what was contained in those screenshots, if true, would change how people view Kevin Durant forever. As the alleged messages circulated, Durant's body language drew attention. Fan accounts shared multiple clips showing him frequently checking his phone throughout the night. Even while seated in warm-ups, he appeared locked into the screen. The contrast stood out during an exhibition built on smiles and celebration. The clips of Durant looking distressed made the rounds immediately. One account on X posted footage with the caption, "KD looks sad as hell. He knows he got caught." That post blew up. People started screen recording the footage and sharing it everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. The footage of Durant looking broken was going viral in real time, while the All-Star game was still happening. And then there was his actual performance on the court. Durant finished with 12 total points across 3 All-Star contests, shooting 5 of 15 in 28 minutes. For a player of his stature, it marked a quieter showing. For someone who has done everything in this league, 5 of 15 in an exhibition game, a game where there's no defense, is a sign that something was off. His mind was not on basketball that night. It was on his phone, and the internet saw it in real time. While Kawhi Leonard was busy torching his All-Star opponents, Kevin Durant became the hottest name on social media, for a whole different reason. On the last day of the NBA's annual tradition, while most players were jolly, dapping up one another, Durant appeared to have slipped into distress. This happened, perhaps right after a few Sherlocks on social media allegedly exposed him. A fan wrote on X, "I've been cooked on Twitter enough to know that look KD got. He spooked," and that reaction captured the mood perfectly. Whether or not the footage showed actual tears, what everyone could agree on was this: Kevin Durant did not look like a man who was okay. Now, to understand why that footage hit different, we need to go back to what was actually in those leaked screenshots. This story didn't start with the footage. It started with a tweet. Durant responded to a fan who was criticizing the NBA for redesigning its trophies. The fan then responded, asking Durant why he invests in drone technology that's allegedly been used to do government surveillance. It was a random exchange on X that could have ended there, but it didn't. Another fan jumped in and alleged that he was in a group chat with Durant on a burner account, which he was using to criticize teammates and make out-of-line comments. That's when the floodgates opened. From there, screenshots from an account believed to be Agathire77 began circulating online over the weekend. The account was created in August of 2021 and has 75 followers, a low follower, private account that had been quietly existing for 5 years. The account features a header photo of an owl, which comes from a popular GIF Durant has tweeted on his actual account. In the past, that detail alone had people putting 2 and 2 together. But the header photo was just the beginning. The content of the messages is what set the internet on fire. Let's start with his current teammates on the Houston Rockets. The account reportedly criticized Houston players Jabari Smith Jr. and Alperen Sengun, claiming Sengun struggles with shooting and defense, and questioning Smith's scoring and defensive ability. The alleged message about Jabari Smith Jr. read, "I can't trust Jabari to make a shot or get a stop." And on Sengun, the alleged burner said, Your franchise player can't shoot or defend. That's a way bigger issue than my turnovers. Think about that for a second. Jabari Smith Jr. is the 22-year-old forward. Durant was brought to Houston to mentor. The Rockets signed Durant to a $90 million extension in October 2025, betting that the 37-year-old could guide their young core toward a championship. And the alleged burner is out here calling the young guys. He's supposed to be leading unreliable. The most concerning part of the chat exposé was the shade thrown at Alperen Sengun for not being able to shoot, make plays, or defend. The account in question also targeted Jabari Smith Jr. with harsh language. Then the former teammates started getting hit too. Durant also took aim at former teammates Devin Booker and Kyrie Irving. In the case of Booker, the Phoenix Suns star was compared to a dictator, with claims suggesting he would receive all the credit and victories, instead of Durant. As for Irving, with whom Durant played in Brooklyn, the accusation was that Irving treated him as if he were owed something. The Devin Booker one was especially wild. Some of the most controversial messages allegedly involved Durant's time with the Phoenix Suns. In one leaked DM, the burner account refers to Devin Booker and former head coach Frank Vogel as two dictators, Stalin and Hitler. That is a real alleged message from this account, comparing your former teammate and your former coach to dictators. And then there was Russell Westbrook. Durant and Westbrook had an ugly split when the former left the Oklahoma City Thunder to join the Golden State Warriors in 2016. There was noise around the league that, aside from wanting to win a title, the Thunder locker room was also a power struggle between the two superstars. The private chats from Durant's alleged burner account showed him taking a wild shot at Westbrook while defending Kyrie Irving. The alleged account also showed Ben Simmons getting some love, but even that was backhanded. The burner allegedly wrote, "I swear I miss Ben Simmons. At least that nigga would give me the ball." When you're using Ben Simmons, a man who has been out of the league, as the benchmark for what you want from teammates, that says something. Kevin Durant was reportedly caught talking trash about his current and former teammates on a burner account, and the NBA world exploded. Here's the thing, if this was the first time Kevin Durant's name had been associated with burner accounts, people might have given him the benefit of the doubt. But this is not the first time. It's not even the second time. This is a pattern that goes back almost a decade. Durant's burner account usage was caught in 2017 when he accidentally sent a tweet intended for his burner account from his official account. He didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russell Westbrook, Durant tweeted, speaking about himself in the third person. Read that again. He tweeted about himself in the third person from his own verified account. The tweet was quickly deleted. However, it had been online long enough for many to suspect a certain kind of mix-up. Some fans figured Durant had meant to post that reply from a burner account instead. That 2017 moment was a watershed moment in NBA social media history. An MVP-level player, a champion, one of the greatest scorers in league history, accidentally exposing himself for operating a secret account to defend his own decisions. The internet never forgot. And what did Durant do after getting caught? He leaned into it. Rather than stop, he leaned into it. "I still have burners that I use for sure," Durant told Alex Rodriguez on the Court podcast in 2020. "When I deleted it, I was like, these people really made me delete what I enjoy. So I got another one." So by his own admission, after getting caught, he made another burner. He told the world this on a podcast. No shame, no apology. Just, I enjoy it, so I made a new one. In 2019, Durant admitted to using burners to interact with friends under the radar. The 2017 interaction indicates Durant, at least on one occasion, intended to use the account to anonymously defend himself as well. He later explained this further. "I wasn't used to that amount of attention, from playing basketball. I wanted a place where I can talk to my friends without anybody just butting in my conversations," he told ESPN's The Boardroom. Then in October 2025, just months before this latest scandal, Durant appeared on the Pivot podcast and addressed his social media habits directly. He described posting online as a quick release for emotions he did not want to keep bottled up. "I don't want to build up all this hate towards media or fans," Durant said. "So I just say what I feel in the moment." That explanation sounded reasonable at the time, but it becomes more complicated, however, if the comments were directed at teammates he shares the locker room with. Saying what you feel in the moment about a random fan on X is one thing. Allegedly calling your own teammate someone you can't trust to make a shot or get a stop, that is a completely different ball game. And here's the part that made people even more suspicious about the latest account. One NBA fan had already known about the account's existence for a few years. In a tweet from February 2023, over 3 years ago, Twitter user Erwin60 and called out Kevin Durant's alleged burner account, Egitayo77, for the whole world to see. 3 years ago, Someone flagged this account 3 years ago, and nobody paid attention. The user explained, because I was an actual follower of his burner account, and his real-life people he knew would reply to all his tweets. So this wasn't just some random account posting into the void. According to this user, people in Durant's circle were interacting with it. When Meta's Threads launched in 2023, Durant jokingly encouraged his ex-followers to find his burner account on the site, though it's entirely possible there was some seriousness behind the comment. Looking back, that joke hits different now. The moment the screenshots went viral, the NBA world split into two camps. On one side, you had people who were convinced this was Durant. On the other, you had people saying there's no proof, and the whole thing could be fabricated. Jake Morrison reported on X, breaking, Kevin Durant will be investigated by the NBA after his burner account was exposed. Durant made inappropriate remarks on his teammates and coaches. That report sent shockwaves across the league. Bill Simmons weighed in on his podcast. There are a lot of signs that it's him. I assume there's probably some smoke with the fire on this one. Durant's history with burner accounts has been well documented. Max Kellerman added his perspective. Does it sound credible to people because Kevin Durant's admitted he has burner accounts, so it becomes a situation where it doesn't take much to convince people that he's talking shit wow about guys, right? That's the trap Durant is in. In the sports conspiracy-drenched social media universe, Durant either wouldn't be believed if he denied the account was his, or gotten torched and risked alienating fellow players if he acknowledged it. It's a lose-lose situation. On the skeptic side, not everyone was buying it. That's why not everyone was buying that Durant was the man behind the keyboard. Some fans pointed out that Durant is one of the most active athletes. On social media from his own account, one ex-user wrote, "Don't really buy this." KD replies to randoms on his main account most days of the week. He's the one athlete who would least need a burner account. Rich Paul tried to humanize the situation from Durant's perspective, saying that having burner accounts is justified for people who need to worry about their public image. And people close to Durant have vouched that this is not him. There's also the possibility that this whole thing is a setup. Someone may be trying to destroy Kevin Durant's reputation with fabricated screenshots, and it might be working. As one report from IB Times pointed out, Kevin Durant's alleged burner account screenshots lack any verification. His associates say they're fake. Could this be a coordinated frame job targeting Houston's $90 million star? In the social media age, anyone can pretend to be anyone. It wouldn't be hard for an anonymous person to present herself as Durant. However, these are direct messages rather than public tweets, and some believe the individual behind the account wrote messages a bit too similarly to the tenor of Durant's real tweets. None of the allegations have been proved to be true so far. No verified source has confirmed that Durant operates the account. Those are facts. But the court of public opinion doesn't wait for verification. And in that court, the footage of Durant looking shaken at the All-Star game was treated as a confession. Social media users have not responded kindly to the latest allegations, with many expressing disappointment that Durant appears to have maintained problematic online behavior patterns. Critics on Platform X characterized his alleged actions as reflecting deeper personal issues beyond simple social media misuse. Even Michael Irvin got dragged into this. The Pro Football Hall of Famer reacted to one of the alleged burner screenshots that used his photo. The photo shows Irvin having a stunned look. While the account was talking about Curry, Irvin said he was chilling in Puerto Rico before learning about the photo. That detail alone shows you how far this scandal reached. It was pulling in people from completely different sports. The exchange, at least between fans, went on for hours. Durant showed himself out, never responding to those who directly questioned whether the account was his. That silence spoke volumes to many. If someone falsely accused you of running a burner account and trashing your own teammates, wouldn't you deny it? KD has said nothing. Durant has not yet commented on the burner account rumors. With the NBA on its All-Star break, the Rockets don't play again until Thursday. That gives him time to figure out a response. But every hour of silence adds fuel. So where does this leave things? Let's talk about the real-world impact. The controversy surrounding Durant's alleged burner account usage extends beyond simple embarrassment, potentially affecting how teammates and future collaborators view him professionally. Trust represents a fundamental component of successful team dynamics. In professional sports, and questions about whether Durant privately criticizes colleagues could create tension in locker rooms. This is the part that matters most. Forget the memes, forget the Twitter jokes. The Houston Rockets are a team with championship aspirations. The controversy threatens to create friction within the Rockets' locker room, as the team aims to secure a strong playoff position. Durant's apparent frustrations with key teammates could undermine the team's cohesion just as the playoffs approach. Think about it from Jabari Smith Jr.'s perspective. You're a young player. You got drafted second overall. The franchise brings in a legend to play alongside you and mentor you. Then you wake up one morning and see screenshots of that legend, allegedly saying he can't trust you to make a shot or get a stop. How do you go to practice the next day and look that man in the eye? How do you trust that he's going to pass you the ball? How do you trust that he has your back? Same with Alperen Sengun. The Rockets have built a huge portion of their identity around Sengun's playmaking and growth. And the alleged burner called him a franchise player who can't shoot or defend. Whether the Rockets can move past this controversy may depend on how Smith Jr. and his teammates respond. Durant has yet to comment on the alleged chats being exposed. At this crucial juncture, as the Rockets push for a strong seed, off-court allegations like these can seriously undermine the locker room. Addressing the heat or not will be Durant's call, but his team's chemistry will be the focus for fans in the next few weeks. Now let's zoom out and talk about what the footage of Durant looking shaken, looking distressed, seemingly on the verge of an emotional breakdown at the All-Star game, means in the bigger picture. Kevin Durant has always had a complicated relationship with what people think of him. This is a man who left Oklahoma City and was called a snake. This is a man who went to Golden State and was told his championships didn't count. This is a man who has spent nearly a decade fighting a public perception that he cares too much about what people say online. And every single time a burner account surfaces, it confirms the one narrative he has never been able to shake, that Kevin Durant cannot handle criticism. The 2017 third-person tweet confirmed it. The 2019 admission confirmed it. The 2020 podcast appearance confirmed it. And now, if these screenshots are real, the 2026 All-Star Weekend leak confirms it at the highest level yet. Because this time, it's not about defending himself against anonymous trolls. It's about allegedly attacking the people who depend on him. At this point, Kevin Durant's relationship with social media is almost as much a part of his public identity as his jump shot. Whether these screenshots are fully authentic or not, the controversy has once again placed him at the center of online debate and far away from the hardwood. And that Netflix documentary from last year, Court of Gold, makes this even more layered. There's a pretty emotional moment where the director is interviewing Kevin Durant, and he starts crying when he talks about what basketball means to him. The director, Jake Rogel, said the question he was asking Durant was about Twitter. After the first Serbia game, Durant was on Twitter, responding to people who didn't have a lot of followers. So even during the Olympics, Durant's relationship with social media was so central to who he is that it made him cry on camera. That tells you everything. The footage from All-Star Weekend, the leaked screenshots, the burner account history, the silence from Durant, the reaction from the NBA world. It all connects to one thread. Kevin Durant and his phone. Kevin Durant and his need to be understood. Kevin Durant and his inability to let things go. As the basketball community processes these latest revelations, Durant faces decisions about how to address the allegations and whether to modify his approach to social media engagement moving forward. The pattern of behavior suggests deeper challenges that simple apologies may not resolve. The Rockets play Thursday. Kevin Durant will step onto that court, and every camera, every microphone, every pair of eyes in that arena will be looking for something, a tell, a reaction, a sign, because the footage from All-Star Weekend already gave them one, a man who looked like his world was closing in on him in real time. Whether he was crying in that locker room or not, the footage showed something that no burner account can hide. It showed a person dealing with the consequences of being exposed, or at least the consequences of everyone believing he was exposed. And in the age of social media, the distinction between the two doesn't matter much. It will be interesting to see if Durant ever breaks the silence on this. But history tells us he probably will, just maybe not from the account you'd expect.